In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the attachment search card in the MnSHIP application. I'm already logged in, so I'm going to open up my dashboard. The attachment search allows for free text search across all the attachments that have been uploaded into the MnSHIP application. This utilizes a Microsoft product called Cognitive Search. Cognitive Search is an extremely powerful tool for conducting searches across many documents all at once. Cognitive Search is able to read common printed text that would be picked up by optical character recognition, or OCR, which would be like the writing on the body of a typed document, a computer typed document. But a Cognitive Search can also pick up writing that is is handwritten, or text that is from within images. So this might be text that is within a map or on a photograph or from a scanned newspaper article. Documents are available for searching in attachment search once they've been accepted, and they will be available noon the following day after they're accepted. So let's go ahead and open up the attachment search by clicking the search button here. So as with any free text search, the more specific your terms, the fewer results that you are going to get, the more specific your results will be. So I'll show you some examples of that. So if I search for bridge, it brings back 20,377 results. So meaning that there are 20,377 PDFs within the application that have the term bridge in them somewhere. If I change that search term to bridge number 7,384 and search that, then it's going to only give me 7 results. And what it's doing is it's searching for all of the records that have this term, and this term somewhere within it. So bridge or number or this within it. If I include that search term, but now I have quotes in it, it's going to search for the inventory forms that have exactly that term in that order in a PDF document. So you can see here there's just one of those properties. So going back to the results, you'll notice that when I type in a search term and push return for it to search, a map shows up, and then there's a list of up to 10 of the search results. I'm going to do a little bit bigger search, do bridge. So you can only view the results in groups of 10. So what shows on the map are the geometry for the 10 records that it's showing. So here's the 10 that I have. If I want to scroll through to the next group of 10, I would just click that over button. It generates a new map showing me the locations of this next group of 10. And then this list is here showing those 10, and so on and so forth. On the map, if you're interested to figure out which property is which, you can just zoom in, you can click on it, and then it tells you the inventory number and the historic name. Additionally, you can change the background imagery or scroll back to the graphic map. And you can also show a simplified legend of it. In the table results here, you can open up the PDF for the return by clicking there, and it opens up the PDF. When you open up the PDF, you can then click View Record, and it'll open up the form in the application. Additionally, you can download the PDF directly to your computer. If you don't want to go right to the PDF, but would rather go right to the form, you can just click the inventory number here, and it'll open up the form. As I mentioned earlier with the putting quotation marks around searches, there's an important functionality that's lost when you do that. So I'm going to search for this search term, and it should yield 7 results. I don't have any quotes around this, so it has the more expansive results. When I click on a PDF, you'll see here that it highlights the instances of that search term on the document, and it'll also scroll to the first instance of that. Now, this highlighting only works for text that is recognized by OCR. So common typed text like this would definitely show up. Text that is on perhaps an image, like a map or a photograph, or maybe a grainy scan of a newspaper print article, those are generally not picked up by OCR, so those will not be highlighted. So you'll notice that some of the things that you search for, the cognitive search can search many different types of text. It can search more types of text and recognize more than it can highlight. So if you have a search term that isn't highlighted, that search term is almost certainly within the document, but it's probably just not in an easily accessible place that's recognized by the OCR. So I'll illustrate this by now putting quotation on the search term and searching for it. Gives me the 1 results. This is the document I was just in. And you can see now that it doesn't highlight this. So that's just something to be aware of. So if you use quotes to get the most specific, but you do lose a little bit of functionality when you do that. I'm just going to demonstrate here how the cognitive search can recognize stuff that is not OCR. So I'll put in a term called Strywood. I'm going to go to a form in which it occurs. You'll notice that it did not zoom to the first instance and nothing is highlighted. So that's a clue that my search term is not OCR'd. So it's somewhere in the document, but I'm not going to be able to find it really easily. I happen to know where the search term is, so I'll go right to it. And it's on this map. So a lot of times this is that text from an image that I was talking about earlier, and this stuff is generally not picked up by OCR. So you'll see our search term right here, drywood. So that's what the cognitive search was able to recognize. That's why this return came up. But again, it wasn't highlighted because this term, drywood, was not OCR'd. There's one other feature that you'll notice when I do a search. There's these different groups here. These are called facets. And these are theoretically going to be additional filters that you could click on. So if you wanted to search for things that had the word bridge in it and also had the word John, you'd click that and it would winnow the results down. And you could do this further. So now I have things that have bridge, John, and St. Paul, and so on and so forth. These filters are not configurable, and these are things that are generated by cognitive search. So the utility of these is pretty variable. So that's just another way of saying that sometimes these facets will be useful, and sometimes they'll give you results that don't, or they'll give you additional filters that don't necessarily make sense. So just a heads up on that. Okay, that's the basics for the attachment search.